Hello, Lyric Armstrong here, your real estate agent and advocate, back at it again. Like I said, you know, Jay-Z got things going on at side notes, but what and Puffy, and there's other things and other things. It will be a lot of news coverage for a while because it will take a long time to get to the place we're going to go, right? That's not what today's about. We gonna celebrate 2025. All right, it's 2024. It is what a day. Well, I'm placing this out New Year's Eve, so we're almost New Year's Eve as we're filming this, but you'll probably see it New Year's Eve. And my whole goal is for you to be able to laugh, learn a little bit, do something a little unconventional. And we're gonna react to a video about neighbors. Are you a good neighbor? I hope you're a good neighbor. But some of these neighbors up in here, oh, DMX, where you at? Where you at? God bless his family and may he be resting in peace in heaven. All right, so we have a warning. We have some housekeeping. So let's housekeep. Okay, so we me make sure we subscribe. This is Mr. Evidence. And that is Mr. Evidence. Okay, and his video is called When Karen Neighbors Act Like Laws Don't Exist. Okay, so we've liked the video. Do the same like the video. They're working hard. To make us laugh or to give us some new information for the holiday season. So we don't have to worry about how we can say essay and grape and all these other things that's going on in these crazy streets. Let's have some fun, learn a little bit. But do take note of, let's see if this works. No, that doesn't work. Okay, do take note of the warning. The content is not appropriate for all viewers. Okay, there's a lot of sensitivity. A lot that you could be sensitive to relative to violence, disturbing graphic depictions, and so forth. Not meant for children. Okay, so this is for the grown adults in the room. So there's our forewarning. Let's go ahead. We're ready. This is like let's turn it up. Turn it up.
You've likely dealt with a neighbor who turned your peaceful life into a nightmare.
Oh.
We're talking about.
I always watch YouTube on like speed dial. So let me turn this down a little bit, just a little bit. If we have to go lower than that, I'll do that later.
Those Karen neighbors.
Hey, I'm not resisting. I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything.
Handling them is no walk in the park. But what happens when they try to impose their own rules on the police?
Take it out. Take what's in there out.
Not even mine.
Here are some moments when Karen neighbors act like.
Don't you wish that could be like the number one excuse? Give me that. Take this. It's not even mine. You're in possession of it now.
Laws don't exist.
You have no reason to be in my car. Please stay out of my car unless you have a warrant. But I'm not that person.
He's got an accident.
What accident?
On January 22nd, 2023, dispatch received a call about a vehicle that had crashed into the caller's house and destroyed their lawn. When the officers arrived, they gave instructions to Stephanie in an effort to get the situation under control. However, she had difficulty complying and was eventually detained.
Stay in your car! Stay in your car! Get on the ground! Is there anybody else in the car?
No.
6'2", I got her at gunpoint. We're in front of 2299 Samara, 2299 Samara. She's on the floor. All right, go ahead and get up. Slowly get up.
No, thank you.
I'm giving you a direct order to get up off the ground and face away from me right now. Turn around. Put your hands on top. Walk back towards the sound of my voice. Put your hands on top of your head and walk back towards the sound of my voice. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. You're doing just fine. Keep going. Hey, get back in the house. Hey, come. Fake.
She's drunk. She can't keep up with the directions. Oh my goodness.
It's us. Keep walking back towards us, sir. Get inside. We'll come talk to you in a second, please. Keep walking back towards us.
Walk backwards.
House.
Face away.
He said walk backwards, she turned straight around. I was like, look, I'm sorry, I can't do this. How disturbing is it to like, I don't know, I hope that's her house, but how disturbing is it to, well, no, they said she ran into her house. Can you imagine being woken up with the cop lights and your neighbor talk like that? Is so disturbing. Poor guy. Let's see.
Turn around and walk backwards. Keep going.
Face away.
I have nothing.
Okay. Turn around. Turn around.
Please don't aggressively.
If you don't want to listen to our orders, then
No, I do. I'm sorry. I'm not that person.
6'2", she's a 13.
I'm not that person.
Do you live here?
I do. This is my house.
Oh, that's her house. What does that mean? I'm not that person. What person is she talking about? The drunk person who can't walk backwards? Yes, you are.
I came for my girlfriend. I had dinner with
Hey,
her.
get inside, and we'll come talk to you in a second.
Joel, please come out here. Can you please come out here?
No, he's not coming out here.
Can you please come out here? Please come out here. I went to dinner with my girlfriend. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's fine. Talk to
I'm not that person. I have nothing on me.
Yeah, that's fine. Face the car.
Absolutely, sir.
Take a step back for me. Take a step away from the car.
Okay. Absolutely.
Not too bad. So what part of your house did she hit?
Right there.
Okay. So did you guys hear it happen, or did
Our
you?
bedroom's right there.
Okay.
So it shook the bedroom.
Woke you up. All right.
Yeah.
And then I'm assuming you came downstairs. What all did you see?
Saw the car sitting here. Next thing I know, she's revving it. I'm on the phone with 911. And he comes outside. He's telling her to stay put. She backs up right here. And then next thing I know, he's like, she's leaving. She goes out that way and by the pine, on the other side of the pine tree there.
Okay.
That's
Like
out
right in
there,
between
and-
that box right there in the tree.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then goes down there then.
All right. So we actually have a couple officers. I found the car and stopped the driver, and they have her in custody right here.
Okay.
So they're getting all her information, and they'll deal with that. 6'2"
I'm
RP.
absolutely listening to that. I'm sorry. I'm not that person.
Henry
You have
Adam
nothing
Victor,
to worry about.
5163.
I have nothing on me.
Henry Adam Victor,
I'm not.
5163.
You have no reason to be in my car. Please stay out of my car unless you have a warrant. But I'm not that person.
You got an accident.
Okay, so if you got into an accident, especially you got into an accident and fled the scene, they have all probable cause to search the vehicle. And you're giving them reason to believe that you're intoxicated by some measure because you can't follow their simple instructions. So even if they didn't know you had hit this house and just, came upon you for whatever other reason, you've given them probable cause to search you and your vehicle because you are operating a vehicle without being able to follow simple instructions.
Did you look at the front of your car?
I did.
Oh yeah, when you hit the house?
What house did I hit?
You got plenty of front end damage on the front of your car, and when I got behind you with lights and sirens, you turned your lights off and pulled into the driveway to get away from me.
I pulled my lights into my car.
You pulled your lights into your car.
No, I'm sorry.
How'd your belt get done?
Because I had to push before I left the car.
You didn't do it back up?
No, because I was going home.
The police collected information from the victim and searched the vehicle. During the search, they discovered some illegal items.
It was a female,
Okay.
and when she got stuck in there because she tried to get out this way, so she got stuck, and she got out of the car, and she was drunk. She said, "I'm sorry, I don't mean it," and I said, "Stay there." She got back in the car, and she keeps trying, and then she backed it up, and that's the best we got.
Okay. Is that like from a ring camera or something?
Yeah.
Do you have like actual video of it hitting the house or anything?
No, because our camera's here and this kind of.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's That's not good because you know what's crazy? I got hit by a drunk driver last night in my truck. Yeah, well. Wow. So. Wow.
So that's her man,
So
right?
it's gonna end up getting towed. Because she took away, or she took off from the.
So that's her man. I assume husband, boyfriend, husband, significant other, whatever. And he's like, I just got hit by a drunk driver. She didn't learn her lesson. She may have a problem. She may actually have a substance abuse problem because they also found something illegal. So let's find out what's going on.
762.
Oh yeah, and we got the hospital down there.
013.
Whacking out and pulling
You have the right to remain silent. If you say can be used against you in court,
Absolutely, sir.
you have the right to talk to a lawyer and have
I
her
have no
present with you while you're being
reason to
questioned.
be-
If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you for any questioning upon your
absolutely
request.
trying to work to hire
You can decide to exercise your rights at any time and not answer any questions or make any statements. You understand your rights?
Absolutely, sir.
All right, we're to you at about 2:35 or 1:35.
Is it 2 or 1? Do you know what time it is?
Okay, that's kind of snarky on the officer's part. I don't. She did endanger someone because she ran into her house, so obviously that's annoying. But she still is a human being. Like, do you know what time it is? She's asking for clarification because the officer is telling her the time. But here's a problem. She shouldn't have been talking beforehand, but now he has read her Miranda rights and she's talking. I hope she stops talking. You have to stop talking.
All right, so 20 feet apart. Where were you coming from? What bar? Okay.
Copy, thanks.
They will.
Kind of hard chip. You said she was at the bar, right?
Yeah, she said she was at a bar in Kent.
Yeah. Well, tough thing, man. Part is I got 2 young kids.
Oh, PJ's going to the household. Yeah.
All right, so if we need anything, we'll let you know, but there's going to be a tow truck here.
Hoping that first thing I thought, I was like, what the hell?
Cookies, the animal. It's all pretty good, actually.
What's up?
I locked your doors.
Yo, is that a whole bag of weed? Like, is she selling it?
Oh, does it smell?
Yeah, close that. Is there anything in there that's important?
I don't know.
Here, double check.
I just want to push your leg.
Check her first. Is that what that smells? I don't smell it anymore.
Oh, dude, I got it.
Is that like banana?
Oh, okay, yeah, we're good.
Goodness gracious. So if you want to copy the report, a couple different ways you can do that. We're going to do an accident report.
Okay.
It's also going to be a criminal report as well.
Is she okay though?
She's okay, yeah. Yeah, she's in custody. She's under arrest right now, so we're taking her back to our station.
Okay.
I'm assuming she's probably drunk, so
Okay. Yeah,
I don't know what all she's going to be charged with, but...
Because she opened the door and she kind of, she didn't fall out or anything, but she, that's when one was saying.
It's pretty obvious she was under the influence. Okay. Did he mention to you, like, did he smell any?
Okay. So I guess the Karen must be the lady who's drunk because they're calling this Karen neighbors. This neighbor, the one whose house has now been not destroyed, but at least ran into, she's been woken up by the movement and the, surprise of it all. She's a sweetheart. She's like, is she okay? She's genuinely concerned about the young lady's, well-being. And I'm concerned, like, did she run into anything else before she got home? Hopefully that's the only thing she ran into, but it's very sweet. This neighbor is concerned about her well-being and not like ready to curse her out because she just ran into her house like most of us would do. Or maybe that's just me.
Any alcohol or anything on her, or
He
just the
stood
way
up here
she was
and
acting?
she was over there,
Okay.
and that was it. Because when we were upstairs, I could hear the engine revving.
Yeah.
Because he was like, because we were trying to get the baby and stuff and bring her down, and I'm on the phone, and he's like, I was like, she's leaving. She's trying to leave. I said, she's trying to back out. I said, I hear the engine revving. We come downstairs and he's screaming, yeah, she's leaving. She's leaving. She's trying to leave. And that's when we opened the door, and that's when he was saying, stay there, stay there, stay there.
Okay. And then she just kind of like backed out and went in between the electrical
right.
box and the pine tree right there.
Yep.
Okay.
And the next thing I know, she is
Took off
Meriden.
up Meriden. Okay.
At the station, the cop explained the breathalyzer test. However, when she attempted the test, it didn't go as smoothly as expected.
It'll be easier if you get out and then I'll pull it up. We're in our garage, so it's warm.
I don't have much room. It's up.
Okay, that's cool.
Can you pull it down a little my wrist?
Okay.
I'm crazy. I'm sorry.
I'll take the cuffs off here in a minute, okay?
I'm not that person. I'm not
Go
going
that
to
way.
cause you any problem.
Okay, that's perfectly fine. Go that way. Face the glass. We're gonna take your coat off here in a second.
I can't.
We're about to take it off, alright? Okay.
Here, take a step over the right. Over the right. The right. The right. Right. There you go. I'm sorry, Nick. You grab a small party bag for carrying.
Yep.
Okay, close up your tongue. Open your mouth, close up your tongue. Start over. Okay, open up your mouth, close up your tongue. Perfect. Alright, you can put the boots back on. Okay, you're good.
Your lights on. That's good. All right, Stephanie, I'm going to read some things to you. I need you to read along, okay?
Read along, absolutely.
We can start right here, okay?
Absolutely.
These are the consequences of test and refusal. Okay. All right, we gotta wait a minute for this to finish up. What you're gonna do is I'm gonna hand you this hose with this mouthpiece on it, okay? What you're gonna do is you're gonna take a very deep breath and you're gonna blow, and you're gonna hear a tone, okay? If you hear a,
What did you say?
you want me to start?
No, I'm gonna blow. And
Yes, you're gonna blow. You're gonna hear a tone.
Okay.
If you hear a steady tone, you're doing good, and I'll train you. I'll teach you through how to do it right. If you keep hearing constant beep, then you're not doing it right. Okay. So you can take a deep breath and just constantly blow. If you hear that tone, you're good. It might suck. It might be hard. You might be running out of air, but just keep going. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Here, I'm handing you that. Just like that. You're gonna hear that noise. You're doing great. Fantastic. You'll blow a little harder. Keep going. That's good. Keep going. That's good right there. Keep going.
You have to keep blowing or it'll time out on you. You have to just keep blowing, keep blowing. It'll feel like you won't have any breath, but just keep blowing anyways. Keep blowing, keep blowing, keep blowing. Keep going, keep going.
We're almost there. It should be done
Keep going,
soon.
keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going.
All right, go ahead. Go. Keep going. There you go.
Just blow slow and steady until you don't have any more breath, but keep blowing anyway.
It's good. It's getting there.
So you don't really blow, keep the beat.
Yeah, I mean, if you hear that beep, then you're doing a good job. You were doing fine. It just takes a while.
You have to like. I've never done this before. I'm sorry.
I know.
You hear the beat the whole.
I know.
You just want to give a slow, steady breath and keep breathing.
He wants to hear the buzzword the whole time. That's what I'm saying.
That steady sound. You don't want to hear the beeping.
Wait, he wants to hear the
Right.
the whole time.
Yeah, and you're gonna feel like you don't have any air. Do you have to go to the bathroom? Yes. Okay, come on in here.
After multiple attempts, Stephanie finally completed the test and faced the consequences of her actions.
Remember, just a steady blow, okay? Ready?
Yes, sir.
That's good. Good. Keep going. You gotta blow a little bit harder than that. You want to hear that steady tone. Yep. Whatever you're doing when it does that, keep doing that. Good job. Just keep pushing out. It'd be easier just to hold on to that, put it in your coat pocket. So your money's in there, a copy of all the stuff we just signed. There's your belt. If you want to put that stuff down, you can. Put your belt on. I'm going to hold on to this for a second because there is a little knife on here until I drop you off, okay? You're not walking home. You're not walking home. Not in the condition you are in right now. If I drop you off at home and catch you walking outside, I'm going to arrest you again for public intox. You can't be walking around when you're drunk. You're clearly drunk, okay? We didn't get a good sample on there, but you were double the legal limit, okay? So you're hammered. You're not going walking around. Hey, can I talk to you real quick? Yes. You want to do it? That's fine, okay. So, she didn't want me to take her here. She wanted me to let her leave the station and walk to a gas station. Obviously, they're all closed, and she said she wants her cigarettes, but I told her if we catch her out walking around, she's going to get arrested again for public intox. So, just letting you know.
Okay.
Make sure she doesn't leave.
All right. I will try my best.
I know. She's got all her paperwork, copies of everything, so remember, your court date's the 25th, 8:30, okay? If you don't go, you're going to have a warrant for your arrest.
Stephanie was charged with DUI, possession of marijuana, possession of drug paraphernalia, open alcohol container in the vehicle, and other traffic offenses. Next, people can install CCTV cameras to monitor their property, but this
Okay. So before we move on to the next case, I hope you are being a responsible neighbor and not drinking while driving. This is a great time to think about that because we have a lot of celebrations happening. We're getting ready to bring in the new year. So obviously, please do so responsibly. I did hear someone, a friend of mine is going to have a New Year's Eve party. And it's going to be all, the drinks you can drink that you want to, but everyone has to stay the night. They're not leaving the house. That's a part of the agreement. You can't leave the house until well after breakfast the next day so that they can ensure that you are sober enough to drive and that you are going to get home safely. So that's wonderful. Or you can just ensure to buy everyone Ubers if you wanted to have everyone over. And that would be a great way to send them home with the Uber coupon or something, Uber shared drive or whatever, or Lyft or whatever else. But just be mindful of that because this lady was trying to have fun with her friends, came back and ran into someone's house. That is not the neighbor we want in our neighborhood, unfortunately. But the young lady who had the baby, who she was trying to put to sleep and her house is now ran into, was nice enough to be concerned for the well-being of the woman. So hopefully, if there is a substance abuse problem, she can get that handled. Right, we got a Karen neighbor.
Neighbor didn't like it and created a big drama about it.
He emails the
About
association.
video
It's
cameras.
like he's watching us all the time. That's why I put the tape on it.
On April 23rd, 2024, a Barron County Sheriff's deputy looked into a complaint from William. He said that his neighbors, Suzanne and Mark, had trespassed on his property, let their dogs poop on his lawn, and damaged his trail camera. William had evidence of the incident and showed it to the police. However, 2 days later, Suzanne told a different story and admitted she and Mark made rude gestures toward the camera because they were uncomfortable. Let's go over the details. The victim described the situation and provided photos showing the suspects entering his property and causing damage.
So yeah, so here's where the camera was actually mounted up here.
Okay.
They ripped it off, and you can see it's all, and I've got photos of them coming up to it, you know, with
Right.
the beer, ripping it out. I got pictures of the ceiling up there.
Right. I assume those are the ones that you must have showed me earlier. So you're saying it was mounted like up in this area right here? Okay. Let me
Yeah,
just.
I have pictures of it mounted there too.
Okay.
I have so many photos.
All right. Where do they live at?
Right here.
This one here? Are they home now?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
The dog, either their vehicles are here.
Okay. All right. You mind if I take a look at a couple of those pictures
No,
that
come
you
on.
showed me earlier today?
Yeah. Oh, my God. So there's him posing. That's nice, huh? Isn't that
Oh yeah.
Beautiful.
Is that the guy that lives here?
No, this is the guy.
This is the guy that lives here.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is one of his
Like a buddy or
flunkies.
something?
Yeah.
Okay.
And anyway, so I'm assuming they're out drinking and they decide, well, I don't know what the hell he did to himself, but here he comes, walks up to the camera, and then I don't know what the heck is going on here. That looks like a head. That's somebody's head.
Yeah, it looks kind of like someone's got a picture or something almost.
Could be. But anyway.
But, well, actually, you know, let's go back out here. That might be like a picture if there's like a portrait on the beer can there.
Oh yeah, probably could be. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, because that would make sense. If that's the hand,
sure.
that's the dog, and then
Sure.
if that might be the beer can or something.
Sure. And then boom.
Okay.
It's pointed up.
All right. Here up.
And then so then
Mhm.
I messaged him in the middle of the night on the board,
Mhm.
and I said, "That's it, you guys. I told you not to mess with my stuff."
Mhm.
And well, then in the morning it came back on, so
Right.
they put it back up after they probably sobered up and realized what they'd done.
Probably.
And then so now here she comes with a piece of yellow tape,
Mhm.
puts it over the camera so I can't see what's going on.
Right. What's her name?
Her name is Susie.
Okay. All right, let me go grab a card quick because I'll probably have you send a few of these pictures.
Oh, sure.
Right to my department phone. Let me go grab that quick.
The officer noted the information and shared his thoughts about what he understood.
All right, let me take a picture of that as well.
Like a board tape.
That's all right. I should be good.
Okay. This looks like an apartment complex or a condominium complex. It could be ownership within the complex, or it could be renters, or it could be both. We don't know, but that's neither here nor there. When you are renting or owning in a subdivision or a complex, you have what we call CCNRs. This one here looks like they have a board of maybe regulations or board of rules or bill of rules or whatever their BORs are considered. But whatever their governing document is called, the essence of it is you have to abide by that, inclusive of whatever the laws are within your city, in your state and federal laws. So with them taking down the equipment, that's possibly criminal, because you've damaged property, you've removed property. Trespassing, that could be criminal because they walked on to someone else's property to remove a camera. People have the right to record open spaces. They can't record like inside your house, so you would have to like put in a claim with the HOA and say, okay, they're recording inside my house, that's a problem. So then they would investigate that. Those kind of things would be something you can argue. But this one says Section 10 of their particular BORs, it's a nuisance, what they did to the man's property. No offensive or unlawful activity, including fireworks, shall be permitted on the property in any manner that would be disturbing or be a nuisance to others, or in such a way as to be injurious to the reputation of the property or the association. So here's another thing. If you are in a single family residencies, like single family homes, all detached homes, they could in fact have CC&Rs. They too may have an HOA. So you have to double check. Don't just assume that they do not. You need to know for sure. It's public record. So you can have your title rep look at it. Your real estate agent can help you figure that out. And you're supposed to know that before you buy the property. If you're renting the property, it's a little difficult. So you would ask the landlord. They should tell you up front anyway, because they have rules. Some rules could be as simple as no short-term leases, or you can't put certain signs in front of your home, or if you do put something in front of your home, it has to be a setback of 3 feet. Like, there's really weird different rules, but they can be like annoying. But one of the main rules that all HOAs has is that you cannot be a nuisance. Is also a nuisance law. You cannot be a nuisance to your neighbors. And at this juncture, if this is happening multiple times with this gentleman, these other individuals could get kicked out. It could be the reason why your lease is terminated, or that you are taken to court to ask to be removed from the subdivision because you're not following the CC&Rs, or you're not paying the HOA fees. So don't sleep on those HOAs, because HOAs can get property, okay? They can foreclose on property if you don't pay your HOA fees. They can get you kicked out if you're overly a nuisance and trespassing and threatening to a neighbor. So be very careful about following the law and the rules. All right, so let's get back into it. There we go.
All right. Was there any other damage other than those scuff marks on the side to your
no, I don't
to your
think
camera
so.
at all? Or
it appears that it's working. I mean, I don't know.
Is there any other damage at the property that you know of?
Not that I know of at this point, but
Okay.
Again, this is my area. This is not
Right.
their area.
And I assume it kind of goes from halfway here to halfway here. Or?
So this is for the people upstairs and us.
Okay.
But this downstairs area is just ours. They have their own patio.
Okay. And I assume, are they in the top
They're in the
top
top.
condo? Okay.
Yep. And I know the people in the bottom.
Okay.
So
All right. But there's nothing else that you know of that's been damaged or anything like that?
Of course, I've had the camera out, so
Right.
Look at that. It's scratched.
Okay. I think online there's also a section of that includes a statement of loss and damages.
Yep.
So you're essentially just putting reporting the damage on there. So things are like scuffed up, things like that. Maybe about the replacement cost of how much you bought your Tacticams. I know a little bit about trail cameras. I know Tacticams are a little bit on the more expensive side of things.
Yep.
So
But they work great, and that's why I'm after.
Okay.
Yeah. So what happens in a case like this? I mean,
Yep. So what I can potentially do, once I have your statement and everything like that, I'll probably either give them a call or come out and talk to them as well, kind of get their side of the story, because two sides to every story kind of deal. And then just based off of the pictures of everything, and not to mention the fact that you have an email from the board saying that this is against our policies, I could realistically probably see at least a citation for disorderly conduct for picture of him grabbing himself and harassment. Kind of get them talked to, and then we can probably see about any sort of citation for criminal damage. I'm not 100% sure that the district attorney would feel the need to charge anything out criminally, but they end up getting our reports and anything else that we have, any sort of body camera footage or pictures or anything like that. And if they feel the need that it's reached the level of a criminal offense, they can charge it out criminally, and then they have court date and it's on their record and everything. So I think that's kind of what I'm thinking, just based off of everything.
Sure.
And then
I'll lay everything out for you
Okay.
the best that I can.
Okay.
And so I'll kind of send you a timeline of kind of what happened.
Right. So in terms of the pictures that you'll send,
Yep.
I'm thinking most definitely the one of the guy grabbing himself.
The guy coming up to get the camera.
Yeah, the guy like kind of looks like he's sneaking up to grab the camera. You know, the ones that include him like grabbing the camera, the one that's kind of pointed where it's got the dog and the face in the picture. And probably the one of her coming up with a sticky note, and then probably the ones with where you can see that obviously the camera's blocked out by something that's fairly closely resembling the color of the sticky note. If you want to send me at least those, you know, like
And then
5
I'll
or
probably
6.
send you pictures of them coming up with drinks and right up into my camera and, you know, flipping me off.
Yep, absolutely. If there's any of those as
there
well.
are? Okay.
Yeah, if there's any of those as well, if there's any of them, you know, flipping you off, you know, coming around and, you know, messing around in your little yard here, send me those ones as well. You know, whenever you get a chance, if you want to download the SD card pictures, if there's any of them, like actually like taking the camera, just because, you know, you have it here, and I'm feeling that there's probably a pretty decent chance of around the same time that you probably have a couple of pictures of them actually coming up and messing with the camera and taking it off and taking it up.
That thing's not the greatest.
Right. So whenever you get a chance, go ahead and download the pictures on the SD card, and if there's anything of value that's kind of in relation to this, send that as well. You can send that either to my email here, or you can send it right to my, the department cell phone.
The cop then expressed concern for the victim's children and their safety, but assured him that he would speak with the neighbor. He also advised the victim to call immediately if anything further occurred.
You know, I mean, I know you haven't met these people or you don't know, but I mean, I think I should be concerned on my kids and stuff.
I mean,
I have them here when I'm not here.
Right. How old are your kids?
My son is 17. My daughter should be 20.
Okay.
It's a good thing.
Right. I mean, I probably wouldn't be terribly concerned about it.
With there being other people around. Maybe.
Right. With there being other people around. I mean, there's always the chance that they could potentially get some.
Also, it's very sweet and endearing that he's like, I'm a dad, and my kids, and they're 17 and 20, pretty much adults, but nonetheless, because they are that age, they can call the cops, and that's what they should be instructing them. If there's something that goes on, don't engage with the neighbors, just call the police immediately.
Some sort of confrontational. I wouldn't necessarily anticipate it, but you can't always, you know, be predictive of that.
You see what they,
right, exactly. So if you don't feel safe having your kids come up here, but if they feel safe, I guess that's kind of a judgment call for you. If they have any sort of issues, go ahead and give us a call, and we can come out here, and like if they're being confrontational, they want to fight or something, or they're trying to get into the house to, you know, get in here at them or you or anything like that, give us a call.
20 years ago, I'd be all in, but today I can't. You know, as a professional, I can't do that.
Right.
And I wouldn't do that.
Right,
So,
absolutely. So, I mean, I guess it's a judgment call for you if you don't feel that that you're comfortable having them come up here. You know.
Well, but I guess my point is, they shouldn't dictate whether or not I can use my.
No.
That's so real. He's like, 20 years ago, didn't get all this smoke, but now I'm a professional. I can't do it now.
No, absolutely not. Obviously, you know, you rent or buy the place. I don't know if you own it or anything.
No, we own it.
Oh, okay. So, you know, yeah, obviously it's your property, it's your call. You know, they shouldn't be dictating if you're able, if you feel safe to come up here or anything.
Shouldn't be shitting in my yard.
Right, absolutely. Or at the very least, if they are, pick it up. Yeah. They obviously shouldn't and don't need to be dictating in that way. Right, and that can be that'll probably end up being reflected in my report, saying that, you know, I talked to Bill, and he states that he's afraid for his and his family's safety because he's not sure if they're confrontational or not or anything like that. So that'll all be dictated in my report as well. I'm feeling like if
Based
you
on those pictures, I'd say they're fairly confrontational.
Yes, I'd also say that I don't really I'm okay from the area, so I'm not 100% sure who's on the board. Okay, I'm not really sure who's on the board here anymore. However, I'm feeling if they sent you that email and you have the proof, I feel like there's going to be some sort of repercussion of, you know, maybe they're on some sort of probation period now, or they just kind of get kicked out in general. I guess I'm not sure what to do.
Okay, so I appreciate the officer not trying to be overly aggressive about how he would handle it, but I do not appreciate his like, oh, the board will handle it, because there is actual criminal concern. And I mean, Bill may be being overprotective. He might have instigated a little bit if he was feeling like they were having their dogs poop on the yard and not cleaning up after them. And then so now all of a sudden there's a camera to prove the factor. But, you know, the truth hurts to some people. So I guess, you know, to each his own. However, I would appreciate best if the officer would be like, well, we're going to file our report. We'll let the DA determine if they're going to file criminal charges. You make sure to keep a line of communication with your board and have them do their thing as well. Versus kind of pushing it off on the board to do something, pushing into the HOA to do something. This is the way it sounds to me. Let me know how you feel about it.
What the board wants to do there, so that'll be completely up to them. But I'll probably, like I said, I feel like it's more than likely that I'll probably end up writing a disorderly conduct citation, at least to the guy. I think Mark, you said his name is. Is there any chance you have like a name for them or anything like that? Is there any chance you also have a driver's license that I might be able to take a look at?
Mine?
Yep, just because they want us to attach people to our calls, and I didn't happen to get a name or date of birth from you. I'm gonna go run this to my computer. We got a little spotty service up here with the radio, so I'll be right back. Here you go.
All right. Oh, I wrote their names.
Oh, perfect.
Right there.
Perfect.
So that's their name, and they're unit 107 and the 100 billing for your table.
Okay. Perfect. Sounds good. And this is 113. Okay, sounds good. I think I told
Yeah,
them.
and we all own.
Okay.
I think so.
Oh.
I mean, I know what you do.
And obviously, if it continues to happen, and you're out here and now they're trying to be confrontational or anything, if you feel unsafe, go ahead and give us a call. We'll probably end up coming up here. It might take us a little bit of time because Barron's a little bit of a drive, but we'll come up here and kind of handle the situation from there.
Very good. Thank you.
Yep, no problem. You too.
2 days later, the law enforcer met with Suzanne to hear her side of the story. He also informed her about the legal issue Mark might be facing.
Already knew what might be going on.
Yeah.
All right. So can you tell me a little bit about what's?
Well, we disagree with the camera on the big post because every time we come home, he sees us. You know, and he doesn't even live around here. And one night, my husband took me to the emergency room, and we had her with, and he just let her go into the,
What kind of magical statement is that? He has a camera that sees us when we arrive to our home, but he doesn't live around here. So is that his kid's house? Like, or it almost sounds like it's a vacation home for him, but it's his property. He says he actually owns it. So what is she talking about?
from our thing right into her vehicle. And we had her with, and he just let her go into the, from our thing right into her vehicle. And right away at 11:30 or midnight, he emails the association. It's like he's watching us all the time. That's why I put the tape on it, because I think it's a harassment. It's fine if it's in his window, but every time he sees us, you know what I mean? It's not right. It's privacy. I'm going to get to the association too.
Okay. I mean, if you want to, by all means. I mean, technically, the camera is on his property, correct?
No, it is not. Any of the decks are the associations. We don't own any of them. Any of the property in front, none of that is ours.
Well, I believe there's also a camera in the window as well.
That's okay. I don't care about that because he can't see every time we come home.
Right.
It just irritates me.
Right.
You know.
I guess I don't necessarily want to be the bearer of bad news. However, since it's it's kind of his property, and it's kind of filming you, I guess, for lack of a better term, like in the parking lot. That's a public space, correct? Like, yeah. In public, there's not a reasonable expectation of privacy. So I mean, he's allowed to surveil his property to the extent that he needs to.
I can't believe that, because it's invasion of privacy. He sees. Then, if that's the case, we're going to be selling and moving here because we're building a house. But if that's the case, then I'm going to put something and point it at him, and he's going to be frustrated. I don't care about the ones in the window. But every time we come home, if he sees anything, he emails. I'm sure the association, I know the president is frustrated with him.
Like I was saying, I'm going to call.
So let me get this straight. Every time you come home, he emails the association because you let your dogs do what? What is he emailing the association? That you're home? They're home now. No, obviously something is happening every time you come home that he has to tell the association you're doing something you're not supposed to be doing.
Call Joe. Just
the president is frustrated with him.
Like I was saying, I'm going to call Joe just to see what kind of regulations there might be with having cameras. If he's not allowed to have cameras on the post, I guess I'll have to investigate a little bit more on what I'm able to do, if there's anything that I can do about that specifically. A lot of this is going to be going through the association or the board or whoever they happen to be.
Sure.
A lot of that's going to be that. However, the flipping off and the grabbing the crotch and everything, we've probably kind of entered disorderly conduct.
So, yeah, that's a problem. You can't say, oh, he's breaking a policy rule, therefore I did a criminal activity or disorderly conduct in response. That's not a proper response. Properly would be for her to go to the board and say he has a camera that is, placed on the exterior of the building, and nothing should be adhered to the building based upon this rule in your CCNRs. That's almost unlikely because property owners and HOAs and neighbors and property owners, we love cameras and security. And you know, the neighbor next door is like, did you get your camera? Do you have a camera? They're on sale. Make sure you have enough cameras, because you want the whole area to be secure. So atypically, HOAs are not overly distraught about cameras being on the exterior. However, if you're putting holes in the building or compromising the stucco or the siding, then yes, they may take issue then. So he may need to get like proper pre-permit or allow by the HOA to put it up. But that does not mean you as the neighbor can pull it down. You can't do that, madam. I think her name is Susie. Madam Susie.
Territory at this point. So once I confirm everything with Joe, there might be a couple of disorderly conduct citations that are issued.
So how do we get him to be involved in getting a citation then?
A citation for
doing constantly. I feel like he's.
He just knows that for some reason he too is criminally liable. And the officer's like, a citation for what? He can't even say it with a straight face. He probably has a straight face, but he's clearly like stumbling on his words because he's holding back the tears of crying for laughter of the stupid question. What do you want to say, ma'am? He's harassing you because he's put a camera outside of his house that shows you allowing your dogs to poop on his yard and not pick it up. That's harassment? Okay.
He's harassing us, constantly sending pictures, because he doesn't have our permission to be doing that, taking pictures of us.
Well, and again, this kind of goes back to it's like all the pictures are, you know, in the common area, which is public space, in the parking lot, which is common space. It's a public space, it's a public area. You don't have a reasonable expectation of privacy in a public area. It's a little bit different if he's, you know, going up to your apartment up there and he's, you know, looking in the window and now he's taking pictures of you guys, you know, doing whatever, and now you're flipping him off at that point. Then it's a little bit more of a separate issue. However, the fact that we're in a public space now at this point, you don't have a reasonable expectation of privacy.
Mark was issued a citation for disorderly conduct. Discover how a chaotic scene erupted when this armed neighbor clashed and confronted police in a wild altercation.
We skipped that. Who? Oh, Mark. Mark is her husband.
Of privacy.
Mark was.
So this is just this is kind of like off-putting because the picture is of Bill. This is Bill, the actual person who was victimized, and the citation was issued against Mark, who is her husband, Susie's husband. But the offenders were not just Mark. There was a whole bunch of other people, him and his friends, but I guess they didn't know who the friends were. Okay.
Was issued a citation for disorderly conduct.
That one.
Discover how a chaotic scene erupted.
Now we're really getting into, I don't know what we're getting ready to get into, but they came really hard fast at us. So, you know, get your tea ready, get your cocktails, your iced tea or whatever you got, because this one's juicy.
When this armed neighbor clashed and confronted police in a wild altercation.
You better put your
I'm telling you, better take her home.
okay.
On March 2nd, 2024, the officers responded to an incident involving a confrontation between two groups involving a woman named Shia in Florida. Upon arrival, the police discovered that Shia was excessively intoxicated and was loudly shouting. Additionally, few people reported concerns about a man carrying a gun.
All right. Okay.
Hey! This is the nuisance we're used to calling the cops about. The nuisance of loud, disorderly conduct. Drunk people in the streets, hollering, and big loud parties past certain hour of the night. This is the kind of neighbor we don't want. Okay? I have really good neighbors too, because when my neighbors have big parties that they think is going to last a long time, they'll send out notices to everyone, text us all, or give us a flyer to let us know, okay, and such a day we're going to have a party, and allows us to say, okay, that day just might go somewhere else depending on how loud it is or what's going on. So that would be nice, but you don't have to. That's not the law. The law, however, is if you get called for disorderly conduct or, you know, disturbance of the peace, they can ask you to lower your volume, go inside, lower your music, and then if you get another call, then they can shut the whole thing down. All right, so let's see what happens here.
We back again. We missed out on the food. Come here. What's going on?
Not this bullshit. I'm getting tired of it. I come up here, we having a good time. And all the goddamn wait, let me talk. And let me tell you what I'm talking about.
Well, I got
to come on. Wait a minute. Let me talk. And you beat trying to play me and run
one stop, and what about the one that's
I'm gonna leave you with that. And then she get up there and with people.
Yeah.
And the son come up in with guns.
All right, let me go tell her to calm her. Just ignore her. You know she's drunk. You know she's drunk. Just ignore her. I know.
Poor Pops, man. He's like, I'm on my porch. I'm chilling and the girl won't leave me alone. I'm trying to enjoy my Hennessy or whatever he's drinking, my Cavassier, whatever it is, right? My bourbon. I don't even understand how the officer makes sense of it, but he was there earlier. So he's like, oh, we missed out on the food, but we're back. So he knows the people that he's making fun of it. That's so cute.
I know, she's drunk. Hey, Andrea. Hey, listen.
He knows her by name. This is not the time you want everybody to know your name. Okay, the police officer is like, Andrea.
Listen, you are way too intoxicated to be out here.
Man, listen, don't start this.
No, listen, don't go to jail for disorderly conduct. You're out here screaming and yelling. Go home and go to sleep.
All right, sorry.
I'm trying to keep everything calm, but you keep coming up here arguing with me.
I ain't doing.
Went down there, now you up here.
Man, whatever, man. All right, I'm fine.
Just go sleep it off. You've been drinking too much. Listen, you can barely stand still. Come on, darling. You got to go sleep it off.
For me.
I know earlier, but
and again.
But why are you back down here? You know it.
I've been down here. I always be down here.
You're just looking for trouble.
Man, whatever. All right.
That's what you're doing, looking for trouble.
Say nothing, Drill. Anything my fault.
You can't hold.
Anything my fault. Everything my
hold up. Shit. Before you go to jail now. Disorderly conduct.
Keep showing out, and then you
come on now. Shut up.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get you to go home and go chill out, please.
Yeah, I'm finna go to jail.
I'm gonna try.
Disorderly conduct. The man started telling you. And you started running your mouth.
Come on.
Listen, I ain't coming out here another time. I'm telling you that.
All right.
Disorderly conduct. Come on, baby.
Okay, yeah,
I'll try.
Okay, sir.
Drill.
They from Palaca, but I want to let y'all know they are threatening, saying what they're going to do tomorrow. I'm going to defend myself. You came last time when I told you to watch out for her son that had to.
Wait a minute. There's a man. Drea's man is like, come on, baby, let me go. Let me take you home.
Yeah.
Listen, I ain't coming out here another time. I'm telling you that.
All right.
Disorderly conduct. Come on, baby.
Okay, yeah.
I'll try.
Yeah, over there in the left corner, you can barely see him, but her man is like, come on, baby, let's go home.
Hey, sir.
Drill.
They from Palaca, but I want to let y'all know they are threatening, saying what they're going to do tomorrow. I'm going to defend myself. You came last time when I told you to watch out for her son that had the gun. So he had a gun down here earlier when some of the girls was over there fighting. But man, my sister didn't have nothing to do with it.
This whole time when we get out,
but I'm not going to let them threaten me. And they got the truck down there. If they come down here with a gun, I have my character permit. That man stood out here that day with that gun, and nobody arrested him.
And we could get nobody to give us a statement.
That guy, one guy gave a statement. She gave a statement on my porch.
I wrote a long statement. Yes, I did.
I hate when officers say that. Nobody can give me a statement. People, I don't know. You're going to have to make a decision. If you're going to want a safe community, you may have to give a statement. Because now you're mad. Because 1 week ago, old dude had his gun and he was flipping and doing whatever. And now you're mad and you're saying, I'm going to defend myself. We're going to go to the Wild Wild West. He pulled his out. I'm going to pull mine out, whatever we got to do. For a warning, and you're upset with the officer for not arresting him last week. Well, if he doesn't have witnesses that are ready to attest to what they saw and to go before the court, there's not too much you can do about that. Now, they said I wrote a statement. They said they wrote their statement, officer. So I don't know. But this officer seemingly knows everyone. I don't think he's oblivious to this.
With you and you was there and the other dude. So that's a lie. You and the other dude there. She wrote a statement. A guy wrote a statement because he said he copied them.
It was me and one more person.
Mr.
Two people that wrote statements.
What his name is? Mr. Stakes. I think it's Stakes.
Jerry. That's his name. He wrote a statement and I wrote one. Both of us wrote them together. One man and one female.
See,
here they go coming back.
Tensions escalated as more people joined the altercation.
Now that's okay. So then if they are truthful in the fact that those two individuals wrote statements and that sheriff does not know it, which interesting enough, they said they gave it to him, that would be a problem because you should know it. You should know that that the statements were written. That could be a very big problem.
With one individual who,
and I say it could be a big problem because if someone loses their life, now you're talking about you have a claim against the police because you've made these statements and you've called the cops numerously and they have done nothing to secure the area to keep the community safe. And that would be a provable thing if you in fact made a statement and now you have video cam of him saying, no, you didn't make a statement. And you're like, yes, we did. We made our statements.
who was carrying a gun, shouting aggressively.
Hey, you want to go to jail for disorderly conduct? Gotta go back that way. Go back that way. Don't come down here running. You're going to go to disorderly conduct.
I'm telling you.
Where my shoes at?
Go
Where
back.
my shoes at?
You're the one that almost went last time.
I don't give a
Go home. Hey, don't make no.
So what's up with the sheriff? What happened, sheriff? Or I think he's a sheriff, whoever he is. What happened, officer? When you said if you keep walking forward, you're getting arrested. You got to make good on the threat. That you can't make a threat and then not do what you say you're gonna do.
Look at my cousin. Hold on, sir.
Take her. She going home.
I got your shoes.
Take her home.
Oh my.
and I'm standing on that.
Oh, my bad. I didn't see you down there. My bad. Take her home before she goes to jail. I'm not tired of this. I'm getting tired of it. All right, that's it. That's it. You better pick her out of here right now. You're going to jail. I ain't paying. Take her out of here. Go out of my face.
Wait. I don't know why he got so upset. Maybe she's cursing him out now. I know that the lady he bumped into, I think it was Andrea, had an issue with him.
That's it. You better pick. All right, that's it. Take her home before she goes to jail. I'm not tired of this. I'm getting tired of it. All right, that's it. That's it. You better pick her out of here right now. You're going to jail. I ain't paying. Take her out of here. Go out of my face. Get out of my face. Go home. Go home. Take her home.
You better put me down.
I'm telling you, you better take her home. Okay.
He ain't getting out of the jail.
Go.
All right, man. Say that.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro.
All right.
You are about to go home. You about to go to jail, young lady.
I don't give a
Okay, well, you about to.
Nobody none of that. I don't see none of these. You tripping. It don't matter who the got my mama. Shanaka, Shanice, they jumped my mama. They done jumped my mama. Y'all not even saying nothing.
Go.
Okay. It took a long time. Okay, maybe it's me. Y'all so smart. You probably got it long before I did. But I finally figured out why they were so hyped on $1 million. They made mention earlier that there was some type of fight with a group of girls. And I thought when the lady was talking about the guy with a gun, I thought she said a week ago. I thought she said some extended time, not necessarily earlier that particular day. But Andrea did say to him, oh, you were here earlier. You told me earlier. And he was like, yeah, earlier you were up the street. Now you down here. And she's like, yeah, I'm always around here. This is where I'm at. So putting all those pieces together, it finally clicked for me in my mind. Sorry it took me so long. These individuals are highly upset. Looks like a young lady, her mom, a cousin, friend, three females, and then the gentleman are upset with the original group because they feel like they jumped the mother. whomever's mother. And he's like, let me get him away. And the cop is like, you need to hurry up and get him away. And I think the reason now I understand a little bit more, the cop is more upset because even though they're kind of walking away, they're still hollering, probably back and forth. I can't hear the people behind him, but they're probably hollering back and forth. It's a continued disorder and a nuisance and disorderly activity. And they're heightened, they're heightening their I want to say anger or their position to maybe become volatile. And he's like, get out of here because otherwise I'm just going to arrest you versus letting you go home. He almost should arrest him, but he probably feel like it's too many people in jail. He don't want to do this to these people, but they can just come back in an hour.
Y'all not saying us about to jump my mama.
All we know is y'all come down here start yelling screaming. Ain't nobody about that. Go down here. We can't talk to you about it when she's yelling.
But they jumped my mama.
We can't talk about it when she's yelling. Take her. You know what? Hey, listen. She got one more chance and she's going to jail.
About none of that, dog. I'm telling you, bro. I would add this talk about my mama, bro. Y'all tripping.
Calm down and we'll talk.
Shia was detained because she refused to comply, even after being warned by the officer. Even after she was arrested, she kept yelling and resisting the police.
Jail, I'm not trying to take her to jail. She always is being loud. Now her someone's coming riding up.
She may even have a legitimate claim for needing the officer's assistance in protecting her mother. But she can't get that accomplished because she can't communicate with him in a way that he can hear her or understand her. And she's being overly expressive. And he's at the point where she's always doing the most. She's always acting like that. And that's kind of bad. Like, he shouldn't judge her on previous actions completely. But at the same time, that just lets you know that they've had so much history together. He's like, she's always on a million. Like, there's no reason for me to listen to her. I can't listen to her. She's yelling. I can hardly pay attention to half of what she's doing. And I'm not even in front. She's not even in front of me. So it's probably even more extreme for him as the officer. Okay, wait, what happened?
I don't know. What?
Man, you about to get that crazy.
What? Yeah, what?
That down there yelling, Shanice. I'm Shanice.
Shanice, I'm trying to find out what happened.
And so that's another thing. She's yelling and not quite expressing what she needs to be understood and heard. And consequently, the other side gets to paint the narrative. She's crazy. She may not be as crazy as she seems because she seems to be highly emotional. And trust me, you put your hands on my mama, you jump my mom, I'm gonna have a problem too. But I'm gonna be able to articulate that and and get my side out. Unfortunately, she's not able to control her emotions enough to.
I don't know. You better get that crazy still.
I see it.
They ought to let people walk down here with weapons and all. And y'all ain't trying to take nobody. I don't want
Look, I'm trying to figure out what the is going on.
I don't know that crazy down there calling everybody out down here. They from Palatka. We from Birmingham. Man, they beefing. They fighting, man. I don't know.
I know there was the kids arguing and fighting earlier. So what, is this stemming from that?
Yes.
So people ain't gonna let it die?
Yeah,
Okay.
And then you got that boy that you just ran by. That boy that just came down here talking all that. Oh, you don't think it's over? He coming down on scene with a gun.
Listen, young lady, what is going on that's got you so screaming and yelling?
Man,
we can't deal with the problem when people screaming and yelling. You understand?
That's how you could have came at me, though. You didn't come at me like
but
that.
You
came
screaming.
At me because you came at me like, shut the up or you go to jail. That's
because
how you came at me.
Screaming after I told you to calm
Okay,
down.
okay. You should have asked me.
I ain't gotta ask.
Poo-poo, go, let's go. Poo-poo. Go ahead, whoever that is in the car.
What happened?
Now that's a crying shame. Whatever he should have done 10, 15, 20 minutes ago, you're losing your opportunity to be heard. Please, people, chastise the man later. Write up a report against him if it's that much to your heart. But at the very least, make sure that your facts are being accounted for. Otherwise, everyone else gets to tell the story. And they gonna just say you're crazy because you're acting crazy.
Okay, I fought whoever the lady is in a burgundy car. Shanice. Whoever the she is. Hold on. Hold on.
Nope, come. Hold on.
Man, don't touch me. Don't
All right,
touch me.
that's it.
Don't touch me. Man, crazy hoe.
Stop. All right.
Stop ground too. Hoe.
Hey, boy, why you grabbing her like that? Just chill out. He grabbing her.
I don't give a about none of that. Y'all tripping.
Stop.
She a female, don't drive.
Hey, what's back?
She had plenty of opportunity.
Way more opportunity.
Man, I don't give a about none of that. I don't give a about none of that. Y'all don't see none of you hoes. You know that? Bernice, I got to have you. I got to have you. You hear me? All right, yeah, you want to talk crazy about this show. You want to talk? Let me go. Let me go. Let me go.
So, young lady who cannot articulate herself to the police is telling Shanice, I got to have you, meaning we gonna have our day in the street two-stepping. And Shanice responds with something like, oh yeah, it's gonna happen. Now she like, let me go, let me go. You gonna fight in front of the police? That is kind of crazy. You're probably going to jail for disorderly conduct. But if they catch wind of what you're saying, you're gonna get a whole bunch more, such as threatening and harassment.
Man, let me go! Let me go! Yes, sir. Yeah, man! Man! That's my go!
Get in there. This is not going to help you at all.
Man, that's my sister's dog. She a minor, bro.
Shortly afterwards, several individuals were detained due to their actions. Then Shia provided details on how it all started.
Finding units en route to South Anderson. We're getting reports from RPs that officers are being slammed on the ground.
I'm gonna beat all y'all over there.
Copy, that's negative.
Andrea,
Where's my man?
back this way.
Where's my son?
He's in the car now because he wanted to get silly. Go,
Where?
you ain't going to see him.
Why?
Because you're going to end up going to jail.
Why I can't see him,
Go back. You're going to make it worse for yourself. Go back. Go. You're going to make it worse for yourself. I'm telling you. I told you guys to go home and this wouldn't happen. Y'all want to keep coming back up here starting. Go.
Is my son okay?
He's okay. He's okay. What is the beef between all you guys?
I don't know if you came the first time, but the first time we got into it down here, the man, my cousin threw a drink on the man in the wheelchair.
Uh-huh.
And it went left from there. Everybody started snapping. So we started snapping.
Okay.
Then we went home.
Okay.
Sorry, your cousin threw a drink on the man in the wheelchair. Was there a legitimate reason? Because she did say, no, she said her sister was a minor. So is your cousin a man? Like what he threw, what? That doesn't start, she makes it sound like we were walking down the street and folks started snapping, so we started snapping. Sound like y'all started some stuff.
Some of the girls came down there.
37. Where's the unit at?
They drive a burgundy car.
They can't get in here.
Shanaka. Her nieces
The unit was at
came down
306
into my
South
cousin's house
Anderson.
to fight my little sister because they said my little sister disrespect their auntie, which is Shanaka. Mind you, this finna be going on a month since all this happened.
Okay. So this has been a while.
But she said this is a whole month. I said a week. This is a whole month time.
Stand here, face that way. Stretch feet.
I mean, step on that. I'll sort my cuffs out here. Just walk them out there. Watch it turn face to turn.
10-4. Any unit needing medical attention, please go to Anderson and Bowie. Med will be leaving shortly. Stand by for roll call.
You're good. You're good. It's all good.
Oh, they went all kinds of.
Oh, controlled. No, you're not. What's your name?
So what's my name?
Yeah.
Shai.
Shy. Okay, Shy. We're gonna step right over on this one. You got something in there? You were saying?
No.
Okay. All right, right this way.
When I hooked her, and then the brawl was took out, but I couldn't leave her, so I had to bring her right to the car.
You're being secured right now.
You said, you told me to walk inside.
No, you're the one who pushed me when I was on the ground.
No, I didn't.
The following day, officers returned to gather statements from witnesses about the incident.
The other night when that girl, can you tell me what happened the other night with that girl? Hey, mister. I was over there to my kinfolk house. When you come over there with that stuff, when that
brawl was took out, but I couldn't leave her, so.
Shy. Okay, Shy. We're gonna step right over on this one. You got something in there?
Why did Andre go home?
When I hooked her, and then the brawl was took out, but I couldn't leave her.
So is she getting arrested because she did not go home?
When I hooked her,
When I hooked her, and then the bar was took out, but I couldn't brawl.
But I couldn't leave her,
Okay,
so.
I said brawl, not bar. Leave her, so I had to bring her. Thank you. I had to bring her right off.
I had to bring her right to the car.
You're being secured right now.
You said, you told me to walk inside.
No, you're the one who pushed me when I was on the ground.
You're the one who pushed her. So instead of Andrea going home like the 11 times that the officers told her to, even after the ruckus and her son and everybody else that starts getting arrested and getting wrangled up, he's saying, go home because it's gonna get worse for you. She can't take direction. She gets into it again. They see her push someone. Now she's being detained.
The following day, officers returned to gather statements from witnesses about the incident.
The other night when that girl, can you tell me what happened the other night with that girl? Hey, mister. I was over there to my kinfolk house. When you come over there with that stuff,
He wasn't there. He was not there. That's why he asked him what happened. He trying to see.
we were getting a party.
Yeah, y'all were having a crab boil, right?
Yeah. And she kept going over there, that peg leg, man. That way she moved. Stay right there. Got to hug to the. She
Yeah,
got
he
me.
know who you talking about. He already know her.
And she stayed there all day. And so we were having a party. And I had, that's Miss Kim's sister-in-law over there where I was.
Come on, Mika. Shamika, yeah.
And so we sitting there, and she got my bicycle and come up there. She got some Annie here and a bunch of grown
Man,
guys.
I'm the one in that red sweater.
All right. So what happened? When she came up there, what happened?
I was sitting there when she got come back bicycle. Had she come up and got an Annie and all, and come back then, I know the thing is throwing B and everything.
Is that what happened to his eye?
Nah, he fell and hit that eye. I'm gonna have to take him to the emergency room, man. That shit scaring me. I gotta
So
go to work.
Horace, did she throw a drink on you?
Yeah, they throwing drinks. They were throwing drinks and all in my face.
Was that Andrea?
Drill. We don't call it Andrea. We call it drill.
So she threw a drink in your
Yeah, she'll leave old man be from way.
Yeah.
She'll go out there, that peg leg man, he sell whiskey, and he keep that whiskey for her, and sell cigarettes and sell that whiskey, and she sat there all day.
So do you want press charges against her for throwing that drink in your face?
Nah, I told her he don't want to press. Nah, he ain't gonna want to press no charge about
You don't
no
want
drink.
press charges?
But I do about me getting jumped though. So come on.
All right, hold on.
Poor Pops. He can't even speak for himself. She got the whole story. So Andrea, which they call Drea, is the one who I thought she had the red sweater, so whatever, but she's the one that the officer kept saying, go home, go home. You come down here, entertain, come down here. You always causing something, go home.
So Horace, you don't want press charges?
No, I don't want to press no charges.
How is someone told me you guys mess around. Y'all messing with each other?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long y'all been messing?
Well, about 9 months or so.
She ain't pregnant. So Drea getting around and having relations with the what do you say, the one-legged guy with him and her husband. She got a few gentlemen, huh?
She got going down
So
there.
she got you starstruck.
And she that old peg leg boy.
Peg leg.
That's so I ain't gonna take no one out of it. No, I ain't gonna press no charge against.
So how long? So y'all been messing? When I say messing, y'all like in a relationship?
Yeah, about 9 months and she slacked up. She go up there and stay all day.
So y'all, hey, so Mr. Horace, I don't mean to get too much in your business, but you guys a relationship?
No.
No? Just friends?
Man, baby, look at this shit, bro.
He just come up walking. We were getting out. Look at my.
He talks so much. She's so loud and so overbearing. He is sitting up there telling. He said, "No, we don't have intimacy all the time." He said one time, but you can't hear him say just that one time because she hollering over him. Let's go, baby.
Man, baby, look at this shit, bro. He just come up walking.
One time.
We were getting out. Look at my hair, man. I want to get up in the jail. Look at this.
Yeah, but ain't one thing is something there.
I heard she done moved out or something like that.
No, she ain't. And look at her son standing right there.
The car,
He hit me too, and he's a guy. I want to press charges, bro. I'm telling you, I don't know how to make it bigger, but I got to send it to you some kind of way.
Oh, so let me pull it up
Man,
on my
it's
phone.
it's gonna be better on your phone. That's what I'm getting at. They got it on the thing, man. That's me, the red sweater. The police got me up in the air. That's me, man, on the ground. It's about 4 or 5 of them jumping on me, and you'll see me come up with a red. I got a burgundy, my Mickey Mouse sweater.
I'm sitting on the porch.
Oh, so they're on top of you.
They're on top of me right there, man. You see them? They're on top of the police, man. Y'all got to do something about that. I'm telling you.
Alex, you mind getting statements? You know who was all on top of you?
Yes, all of them that went to jail.
Everyone
of them that went to jail.
People want to jump in, and then you don't know who's hitting who.
Man, we ain't had nothing like that in a while go on there.
That's what I said.
That was, it was about 50 officers come up for 100, man. And when they came up, they said anybody get loud, put them in here. They had a paddy wagon van parked on Riverside, on Bowie Street. That shit scared me. I ain't going to jail. If they jumped on me, I ain't jump on them.
You know the paddy wagon's the fence of the Osiris program.
Shia and 3 others were charged with disorderly conduct and resisting arrest. Confrontations with cops trigger a chaotic.
That's it. That was a lie, huh? Oh, okay. Well, y'all go on and check out that video to get the rest of it, because that was way. I thought we were gonna laugh. Well, we laughed a little bit, but I wanted to laugh. I wanted to really, really chuckle. That was deep. I don't know. I'm going to have to look for some more videos, because it started off being kind of funny because you have a neighbor who's got their dog pooping in your yard, you know, little lightweight stuff. That was interesting, you know, a little funny. This last one was very serious, and could have been deadly. So again, be good neighbors. Keep your parties, you know, quiet or contained. Be careful with your drinking. All right. Don't get overly drunk, and don't be nobody. We have enough division in this world. We don't need to contribute to it. Enjoy yourself. Have a happy new year, and let's bring 2025 in with a bang. So I'm going to have to find something funny, because that was not that funny. All right. I'll take a look and see what else we can find. But anyway, Lyric Armstrong here, your real estate agent and advocate, and all the best to you until the next video.